Staffroom to Classroom 2 has a great story of how it began. We were asked by the Chicago Public Schools to help introduce and help their lead teachers do a whole integrated curriculum model based on Robin Fogarty's book, Integrated Curriculum. And we were talking to these lead teachers, 700 of them in the Chicago Public Schools, and they were going to have to stand up in front of their peers and present this integrated model. And we talked and we talked and we talked to these people, and we realized the biggest fear they had was doing the presentation. They knew their content, they could do the stuff. They were worried about standing in front. So we did a little mini training of how to be a staff developer. And what came from it is a little strategy we did where we had them randomly pick 3 ways: a way to begin the workshop, a way to do the middle of the workshop, and a way to close the workshop. And it's literally it was 6, 6, and 6. And they rolled a set of dice. And they'd roll the dice, and they roll the 2, then they roll the 4, then they roll the 3. And then they would have to start with a joke. In the middle, they're going to do 3 Musketeers. And then they roll the close, which is a letter of commitment. But it was that idea forced them, a forced choice that said, all of a sudden, this is what I have to do next week. And it just took the onus off them. And then they could be creative within that structure. So that started it, and we started doing that came our morph grid. And we did 12 times 3 strategies times 12. And then we ended up with 3 or 4 books like that we kept handing out in workshops. That was just our own material. So Corwin was nice enough to say, why don't you do this as Staffroom to Classroom 2, and it would be how to design staff development, but the 1-minute planner.